How's it going? My name's Mike. My Lenovo laptop just gave me a message that said my warranty is about to expire, which means I've had this Lenovo L540 for about a year now. Figure I might as well do an update on it based on my review about 9 or 10 months ago. So, the first thing we got to start with, it's a ThinkPad. How's the durability going for this plastic-cased L540? Not too bad. One small little note there, broke a cooling fin plastic cover thingy right there, broke off. Second thing, the trackpad, which I think is on the T-Series and everything else, just got a nice little wear spot there. Shows she's been worn a bit. Doesn't affect its functionality, still works great. Other than that, minor scratches on the outside which you can't see due to the finish. And I have not been very good to this laptop. It gets thrown in a backpack that's not meant for laptops, gets thrown in Pelican cases. It's been brought all over the world. I'm actually on a business trip right now and have nothing better to do than re-review this laptop. And the thing has really done good for me. I was really impressed that the plastic frame held up without that magnesium roll cage, so no complaints on that. As far as usability things that I've noticed that are really cool, this USB 3.0 constant on port is probably the greatest thing I've ever had on a laptop. It's 3.0 USB, which is done pretty good. About 80 gigs a second is the best I've gotten, maybe up to 100 gigs a second transfer rate. But the fact that it's constantly powered, even when the laptop's off, means that with this laptop in my backpack, I can have a phone charger cable coming out or a tablet charger cable coming out, and it'll power it. It's like having a giant battery on the road with me, which I just love. Speaking of batteries, I ended up getting the 9-cell battery. It's like 130 bucks. The 3-cell that I had in there just wasn't cutting the mustard. So now I got this little C-cell thing hanging off the back here, which isn't too bad. It makes it easier to hand hold the laptop when I carry it around. But this takes the laptop from 2.5, maybe 3 hours of use with the 3-cell up to, I'd say 7 or 8 if you're careful, 6 or 7 if you're not. It really gets you through a day without trying to lug around this power cable with you. So I think that the bigger battery is definitely a must if you're going to be away from the power outlets, which I guess is kind of obvious. Outside of that, things I'm not super happy about, this mini display port. Nobody's got cables for this. Trying to do a presentation is almost impossible, so I had to get one of these little adapters. Goes from mini display to HDMI or whatever that, yeah, HDMI, that's right. It's one more thing I have to carry around, plus it contrasts with the laptop, it's white. But I really wish they would have put a full-size HDMI port on it. But, oh well, what can you do? Good thing, the function keys. I don't think I've used them as F1 through F12 since I got this thing. Super smart by Lenovo repurposing them. I use them all the time and they haven't really let me down at all. These 4 over here, I really need to start using them more. Keep noticing them, keep trying to remember to use them. One touch key to go to Windows File Explorer there, one touch to go to your favorite internet browser, and one touch to get a calculator. I need to use them more. There's also a lock button here. I don't lock my computer though, but I really need to start using them some more. They're super useful, but I just can't remember to use them, but love them still nonetheless. Speakers, oh man, they're just not that great. My tablet's louder than this thing, so watching movies with other people around or trying to give a presentation out of it just doesn't work. I had to get a battery-powered Bluetooth speaker to make that work. Wi-Fi card is still garbage. Probably the worst Wi-Fi card I've dealt with. I really wish Lenovo would have had a better one in there. It's got the Intel wireless N, whichever one. Not a big fan of it. Other than that, the webcam up here, man, it still sucks. It does the job, but everybody's noticed that the quality of it coming through is not what you'd be expecting from a business class laptop for people on the road that want to keep in touch with their families via webcam. But the only other thing I thought about on this thing is I have the 7200 RPM 500 gig hard drive in here, and Lenovo's airbag protection is kind of like a cautious mother, and it constantly shuts the hard drive off when you even move it just a little bit. So driving down a bumpy road trying to do something on your laptop or watching videos and moving the laptop so everybody else can look, it shuts the hard drive off for that 1 second that it could get damaged, which I appreciate, but it causes movies to skip, causes your internet browsing to just stop for a second before it continues. So I went ahead and decided that after a year, I'm going to keep this thing. I'm going to update the hard drive with a 500 gig SSD that's on its way. I already put another 4 gigs of RAM in it because 4 gigs is just not enough. Now I got 8, which is plenty. And I think that here, when it's time to upgrade my laptop, I'm going to keep this thing. It's been doing pretty good. I've had no complaints with it. I really do like this. Pretty proud of the old Lenovo L540. Hope you like this update.